Hi guys, it's Amy and you have found Amy Loves Crochet. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. Whether you are a subscriber or this is the first time you've seen me, I really do appreciate your time. Thank you. So today I wanted to do a kind of a follow-up on my last video where you saw that I kind of had a hank to cake issue. I had a hank of yarn that I tried to put into a cake without having a Swift, and it was a nightmare. So since then I got my Swift and I made this guy. I had two of these, and so here's little specks on this guy. So I had two of these, made one of them into a cake from a hank. And I wanted to stitch up something from my One Skein Wonder book. And so I dug through, and the pattern that I found is for a bulky yarn. And I don't know that this is necessarily a bulky yarn. I mean, it says DK weight on the label, but it's pretty, you know, comparable to some Fat 4s I have. So I went ahead and ran with it anyway. I wanted to use it. I wanted to, you know, continue my saga of hank to cake to product. So here we are. So I didn't know if it was a little bit small. This is a different sort of hat. I guess I'll just show you the picture of it. It's called the Quinby. And see how it's this beautiful ribbed hat with a circular top? I don't know why you do that. That's kind of, you know, some hats you start with a circle and go all the way down, and some you start with a square that you just go back and back and then back and forth and then connect the top. So this one, it was kind of weird that you start with the circle and then you do the ribbing down the sides, but I really like it. I've got the edge folded up here. You don't have to, but the picture showed that, so that's what I was going by. I'd never seen that before. I kind of put, you know, so I did challenge myself to do it straight from the pattern that's in the book. There was no video on YouTube. I did check. So there you go. I'm super happy with it. I'm super happy with the yarn. It turned out so pretty. See how textured it is? It is so pretty. And these colors, and it's really soft. I didn't know what I was getting into with alpaca yarn. It is 70% alpaca and 30% US merino. US alpaca and US merino. I don't know if that changes anywhere. It says 2-ply, 8 to 10 needles, hand wash, dry flat. Alpaca is naturally warm, soft, and strong, making it a great choice for your next knitting project. So I told you I crocheted with it. So anyway, so that was my little one-hit wonder. I did do some other patterns. I have been working on some hats. I believe it is Yarn Geek. She's got an I Love This Bean hat. That's not what she calls it. Shoot, I didn't bring my book. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. So Yarn Geek calls it her Super Easy Beanie. She made it with Big Twist Arcade, which is why I made it with Big Twist Arcade. You know, so often I have to see the finished product in the yarn that I would want to use, because not all yarns are the same. You know, I've got a bulky here. So these are both bulkies, both made with the same hook size. And you can see what a difference in the size because of the difference in the yarn. So this one is Big Twist Arcade. It is the colorway Turquoise Multi Brown. And I used one skein and one cake and have this much left. And we used a 6.5K hook. So that was awesome. I really like it. I was not following her pattern well enough. I make notes so that I can go back and do the pattern without the video if I'm going to do a second item, or even if I just need a refresher on what I'm doing. So I write it all down, and I missed telling myself to do a single crochet between the top and where the beans start, so I just went straight into a bean. So I skipped a single crochet row there, and then I can't remember what the other thing I didn't do right was. Something else I changed on my own. Anyway, I mean, I think it was just like a border. I think it was just another round on the brim, but I thought that was really cute, and it fits Kind of funny. It looks kind of square. It's kind of a weird shaped hat, but once it's on, it's really kind of cute with all those beans. And then she goes back at the end and puts a pom-pom on it. I'm not a pom-pom guy. I might. I mean, you know, you could do a pom-pom. That's kind of cute. I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of cute. I like that. Okay, so that was with the Big Twist Arcade. And it fits nice, and that's great. Boom. So then we went into, like I said, this is Mandala Watercolors in the Icy Grape. So it is also a 5. And I also used a K 6.5 millimeter hook, and this is really small. I'm gonna put a picture here of my granddaughter so you can see what it looks like on her. So very, very small. That did not equal out. Okay. So then I decided to do it. I have some Gemstone, which is also a 5. Look how pretty. I didn't think it was until I kind of got working into it. So you might not think it's pretty from the skein, but just wait. Okay, so here is the bean stitch hat. Again, much, much smaller than the Big Twist Arcade, so it does not fit me. It does fit my baby girl. And on this one, I read into it more and saw that I was missing the single crochet, so I did that one as well. And I did a single, she does a single crochet border. You know, I start to bullet through some of these and then I forget little bits and pieces, and that's the whole reason that I wanted to share, you know, that I want to share stuff with you guys, and then I forget details because I'm trying to cram too much in. But my point being is that not all 5s are the same. These were 3 different hats that I made with yarn that was all labeled as a 5, and this one's almost as small as a 4 that I've got. So this is the Gemstone. This colorway is called Lemon Jade. I think it's super, super pretty. I love the color combo. I love the colorway. It's so pretty. And see, at one point I started with the end of the skein here, and it was super dark, and I think it was at night, and I might have had a beer or something. So I wasn't able to see through the color changes, and I was like, I don't like this. So it was a little while later, you know, a little while later when I finally pulled it out and tried it again for this one. I really like that. That's pretty. Okay, so you know me, I've got to try it out in another pattern to see what's what with a certain skein. So I like the skein that gave me 2 hats, and then I still have some. But of course I had to do the Divine hat so that I could see the way it worked up and see the way it was supposed to fit. You know, this hat that I saw from Ruby Stedman way back when, before Fiber Spider and other people were doing them. I really like the pattern, and the way that I make it with the hook that I make, it fits me, so that I can always kind of go back to that to compare. So I really thought this was a really, really pretty colorway, especially when I did it up in my favorite stitch. Or, I'm not going to call it my favorite stitch, but I really do love it. And I have to try to control myself so that I don't beat this horse dead. You know, I keep showing you this hat over and over and over again. And it's a good way to measure your work, but at the same time, you need to do something different, Amy. So those are 2 hats that I got out of this skein, and I still have quite a bit left. So that was good. So you did see that this was a hat that I made that I showed you on my other video from Just My Stripe, and it's a 4, and this is a 5, and it's made with the same hook. So this again is what I'm talking about. This pink and gray one fits me, and this one is a 4, and this is a 5, and it's made with the same hook. So that's what drives me crazy. That's why I'm crazy. My husband goes, yeah, that's why you're crazy. So you just have to get out there and try different hooks, sizes, or different yarns. Even though it's called a 4, it's thicker than the 5. So go figure. So you'd seen all those hats already. Okay. So then something else that I tried to get into a little bit, I was making some cowls. So again, this is a pattern for a bulky 5. It started out, well, that's not a true statement. So what I did was, way back in the day, since the beginning of time, I have watched a YouTube video on how to crochet something, and I take notes, like I've said a million times. So I write it all down, and then later, if we don't have internet, or if, you know, we're out camping or something like that, and I want to find a new pattern, I can just grab one of these notes that I've taken and complete a new item. So this one is called, I have no dates on here, so I have no idea how old, you know, when I wrote this pattern down or where I got it from. It's just I just wrote very easy chunky cowl star stitch. So I did it first in the Big Twist Arcade again, because I do kind of have a bunch of that and wanted to give it a try. You know, once you start working with something, you go, oh, that's kind of cool. Let me do some more of that. So I did the Big Twist Arcade with the bean, with Yarn Geek's bean stitch hat. So I decided to go ahead and try to work it up in a cowl, in this cowl star stitch. And look at the beautiful pattern. I absolutely love it. I could not put this down. I just can't stand it. So it's a star stitch, and then your next row, you go up and turn back the other direction and do 2 half doubles, and that creates the top. See, like right here, this tan color is 2 half doubles. So the in the same stitch, so the star starts, and then on your next row around, you do these 2 half double crochets into the eye of the star, and it sort of creates the top half of the star, and it gives you this great like ribbing look in between. I just thought that was so pretty. So way back when, I wrote down she did 90 chains and I did 70. So on this one, I decided to do 100 because I thought I would go longer and double it back, and it didn't work out like that. It's a little bit long, and then what? Like, so maybe it's one that would just kind of go in between, or, you know, put your coat on over this. I don't know. It's super long. You can't double it. It's not, it's too short to double back. So I'm not sure if this was a winner or not. Maybe leave it in the back and put all your coat here. I don't know. So of course I've got to try it some more in some other stitches. Again, we're playing with the different sizes of a 5 of a bulky weight yarn. So this was, like I said, the Big Twist Arcade, and I did 100 chains on that one. This one, I'm going to save that one for the last because that's my favorite. So then I did it again. I had some scraps of this Just My Yarn. So I wanted to do it in a solid color because that one was sort of changing, and so it might look a little bit different. So the colors change here, but the stars seem to be a little bit more solid in color. So this one's kind of cute. It fits a little snug, and I'm not sure, you know, what the rule is with cowls, how they're supposed to go. So it fits right size height here. And then if I didn't have the hat on, it also fits like up around your, like as a headband. So I was just going to leave it at this length for now and decide if I wanted to, because I'm very symmetrical, so my brain says I want to do some more gray up on top, but then it start coming up in your face, and I thought, well, if it fits as a hat right now, like an earband, should I try to reduce it and come up to a hat point? And then I'm like, well, that's gigantic to be like a hat. So I don't know. I might end it here because then that's the end of this scrap that I have. And then I have a full skein. So I don't want to dip into this if I don't have to. So I might just end up leaving this like this and then be done with it. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about that one. That's why I haven't tied it off yet. But my most favorite, and I think I'm going to stop here. I don't want it any taller, but it's gorgeous. Look at this. This is the Mandala Icy Grape again. And this is all done with an L 8mm hook. So if you have this yarn that you have not dug into yet, do so because it is gorgeous. And this one, this one's in between. So this one that was too long was 100 chains. The Just My Stripe, I only did 60 chains, and this one's 70. So it's a little bit longer, but I don't want to make it any taller. It's just a cylinder to go over. Like, what do? Does it just sit there? Do I make it taller and then you fold it? I'm not sure what to do with this one either. I thought I would leave it at this length. How about I put that question out to you guys? What would you do? How do you wear cowls? How would you go forward with this? Are you done with it? Is that the height it's supposed to be? I don't know what to do. So I just thought I'd stop working on it this morning here. Go ahead and film my video here and ask you guys, what would you do? I think this one is going to end up just being this length and maybe just be a nice ear warmer kind of thing. I don't know that I'm going to go any longer on this one as well. If I do, it would be to purposely fold it in half and then you're losing half your design. I don't know. How do you guys decide how long stuff is supposed to be if you're not specifically following a pattern? You know, it's just a matter of getting in there and figuring it out. Maybe if I did the same number of stitches with a smaller hook or a bigger hook, it's going to look a little different. So yeah, just get out there and try new stuff. You know, I've been through this book 50 trillion times and stopped at things many different times. They've got some really cute stuff. I thought this one was a cute one, but I just did a bunch of shells, so I kind of want to get away from some shells. It's even got some like felting. Is that what that's called? When you it's just regular yarn that you then scrape away or something. I'm not sure. I'm not looking at that. It's so cute with the little droppy downs. So yeah. What else? I think that's all I've got here. I had a couple of things, you know, like I try to put certain things together so that it's a full idea or a full story or whatever that I'm sharing with you guys. And sometimes I've got too many different thoughts going. I've said that before. I want to do this. I want to do this. This and this meet together, but wait, I'm talking about this. So when you enjoy this as much as I do, yes, there's a certain amount of script that I should be running by, but there's a certain amount of it that I'm just excited and I just want to tell you and I just want to talk, and it gets a little messy on the video, I guess. But that's what I've been working on these past couple of days. I've got my willow squares that I am going to finish. I do have to make a few more squares, and I've got them all counted out, how many of which colors that I need. So I'll be working on that and showing that to you very soon, I hope. And then I have another couple of things that are still left on my unfinished stack of totes. Here, let me show you the totes that I have to deal with. So this is where you're going to see my what's in that tote, and then when I'm finished with stuff, how I've got to tuck it away and get it out of my face. You know, store my stuff. So that's what I've got for today, I guess. We'll go ahead and call it a day, or call it finished. I hope you saw something that might inspire you. I hope you enjoyed seeing some different colorways worked up with the same pattern. Get out there and try something new. Try something with two different yarns. You know, give yourself some comparisons. Makes you know your product more, you know, your fibers more, as well as your patterns a little bit. You might, you know, tuck away little tidbits of information that you pull out again and use later. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and please come back to see me again. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. All right, I'm ready for round 2 of Amy's Hank to Cake story. I've seen this hooked. Let's get it going here. All right, guess I'm just gonna get started, right? Nope, hold my top right off. Okay. Let's try that part again. It's textured yarn. There's kind of a twist that you can visibly see, so I think that it maybe sat on the shelf there for quite some time as well, so it's quite married together. I'll have to be careful. Oops. Well, I do think I'm going to be successful. It looks, except for a couple of tweaks here and there that I'm, you know, trying to learn the rhythm as I go. I do have the other arm to hold this string up, but it gets in the way, so I don't have it attached right now. Let me see if I bring it a little bit closer. Is it not going to spin? Whoops. right, guys, I'll figure this out. I'll stumble through this, and then I'll show you my finished cake when I'm all done. So I went ahead and installed that little arm, and it seems to be helping quite a bit. Now I can get the Swift to swing around on its own. Yeah, Amy, use things as they were intended for, and you'll be a little bit more successful, won't you? Almost done. Right. Ta-da! Yay! So yay, we went from Hank to cake successfully. I'm so excited. I bought this months and months ago at a little boutique. These two Hanks were all she had. It was Alpaca Farmers, but she also had a bunch of knitted hats and I think some socks as well, different alpaca products. But so these were my first two Hanks ever, and I'm super excited that I got it all caked up. So yay! I will not fear the Hank anymore.